So a crazy fact about Elvish languages is that there is not really an attested word for liking something in Sindarin or Quenya. And of course the down-to-earth reason for that is that Professor Tolkien never created one. Maybe he didn't feel the need to, maybe it didn't cross his mind, maybe it wasn't necessary for the phrases he needed. But what if we go one step deeper? What if the elves are incapable of the feeling of liking something? So for that, let's look into Neo-Elvish. Basically, the community of Elvish scholars created a word that could be used as the verb to like. It comes from the primitive Elvish root mab, but it's also a neologism. So from that Neo-primitive Elvish word, we get a Neo-Sindarin word for to like, which is mav. But now we have to take a look at other words that are related, that come from this primitive Neo-primitive Elvish root word. Other words include mavor, which is the Neo-Sindarin word for an appetite, also an adjective mouse, which is funny, meaning pleasure or pleasant. I guess it could also be a noun. And there's even a word for grandmother that comes from this root word. In Neo-Sindarin it's mam. Also it could mean mother, which is funny, it sounds very similar to the English word, or basically how mother sounds in most languages. But this root word mab itself just means something nice. So even when the community wants to create a word for to like, it sort of has this deeper meaning to it. It's related with natural feelings like appetite, and also with natural blood relations like a mother, grandmother, or just with pleasure, which is very natural. It seems like even if you want to force ourselves to create an Elvish word that represents liking something, it has to go deeper than just the surface level. And I think that's something that we also can learn from the elves. There's no reason to rank something just based on surface level attributes. Just like, our appetites are very natural and primal, the feelings of liking something should also be related to those kinds of feelings, emotions, And if we don't feel those feelings that come from within, telling us that, we really do enjoy something, like our souls enjoy that, then there's no reason to rank something, do a top 10 list. Basically, I think elves live like that, If they enjoy something, they really do love it, truly, and it comes from within them. And if they don't feel that, then they don't have to poison their minds with the feelings of attachment to that thing or a person, and that may lower their anxiety and basically not create attachments where there's no need for them. Basically, let's try to feel things instead of rationalizing them when we actually talk about our tastes and our likes and dislikes, because sometimes we may forget about that. But that's about it. There's just a nice little fact about Elvish languages that I wanted to share with you. Now, if you want more, of course, click the first link in the description. But either way, I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Elvish month. Na ver.